All right, YouTube, we are back. I'm Greg P. This is Greg P Reviews. Welcome to all my new subscribers. I hope you find something that helps you here. Today, we're going to do something a little different and talk about the Endura T22 from Innokin, something to help smokers. So, like always, let's get down. Let's look at it a little bit closer. This toot transition probably isn't going to work, but let's try it anyways. Alright, so we're up close with the Endura T22 from Innokin. You can see the nice box here, Innokin Endura. This is the T22. Go ahead and open that up. You will be greeted with a nice graphic here. This is going to show you everything you need to know. Battery, filling, everything. It's got it all right here. It's attached to the box. It's really nice. Open it up. Here's your charge cable, an extra coil, and an extra drip tip. Here's the tank. This is the Prism tank, top fill tank. So to top fill it, just screw this off and you fill it up. Pretty simple. To get to your coil, unscrew this little collar here. Coil just pops right out. There are two little ledges here that correspond with the flats on the coil, so you just put it back in. If I can get it lined up, there we go. All back together. 4 mil tank. I believe it's a 22mm diameter. Here's your device itself. Well, let's put the tank back. So, this is the T22. The T18 is much smaller. This one has a 2000 milliamp hour battery in it. You can see the silver, the nice blue racing stripes for speed. This is engraved in there, so it's got a little bit of texture. There's your charging port, and there's your power button. That's it. Airflow will come under the tank and through these slots here. Pretty easy. So 3 clicks on, 3 clicks off. You can see the green light indicates on, the red light, nothing's happening. So let's go ahead and prime a coil. Okay, so we've got the coil out. If you look in there real close, there's your coil sitting right about there. This is all organic Japanese cotton. So we would hope that it wicks all the way up there, right? Well, we're going to help it out. This is what you want to do when you very first get your coil. Most definitely going to want to prime it with some juice. So I'm going to put a few drops right down in there. Let me get the sides a little bit wet here. We're just getting it ready to wick. Now I would use 70-30 or lower, 70 VG, 30 PG or lower. 50-50 would probably work really well. You want a thinner juice. Now it's going to be a little bit messy priming your coil. It's got some nice knurling right here so you can get a grip on it. Go ahead and wipe off our hands here. So our coil has been primed. You didn't see, I didn't have to put a whole mess of juice in there. I probably could have put a little bit more right down here in the center just to make sure that we are getting juice on the heating element itself. So this is top fill. We're just going to take our bottle. Couldn't get easier than that. Filled up. Top back on. Now it's all together. Wipe off some of this excess here. Grab our device. It is still off. important. This is an important step. I'm going to put it on our device. We're going to leave it alone. We're going to give it about 5 to 10 minutes just to let it do its thing. So that was an up close look. Here it is all put together. 4 milliliter capacity tank, 2000 milliamp hour battery. So this thing is going at 5.5 volts. I think it's 14 watts. No adjustment. You can't crank it up or crank it down. So I really wouldn't use any other tank with this device or vice versa. Maybe you can use this tank on a different device, but I wouldn't put a different tank on this device. Unless you know it's a 1.5 ohm coil, because that's what these are. So you saw the packaging, you saw how to prime it, how to fill it. It's really a simple device. We're just gonna let it sit. We want all that juice to wick into those wick holes. Give you some more looks at it. But that's about it. That's it for the up close, so I'll see you back up top. Alright, we're back. So the takeaway from this video that I want people to know is this is for smokers to transition to vaping. This is my first step video, I guess. So people that smoke, that try my setups, like the big dual coils, frickin' monster clouds, they just cough their lungs out. They don't get it. They're like, I don't like this. This is terrible. Well, there's a transition period. Now, I hate to sound like an old guy, but back in my day, 3 or 4 years ago when I quit smoking and started vaping, I had the little gas station Ciga-like batteries, you know, the little pins that looked like cigarettes, and it was terrible, but it got me through. It got me off cigarettes. I eventually, thanks to guys like Grim Green and Todd and I Get You 69, finally I stepped up my game. I got a little bit better, and I got a little better, I got a little better. But back in my day, it was kind of a crapshoot as to what you can get and what the quality was. I mean, we had so many different connections back then. 901s, 808Ds, you know, egos that had different kinds of atomizers, drippers, tanks, and the tanks were little tiny plastic guys that you tried to fill and put on top, and it was a nightmare. It was horrible. Innokin is actually putting out something for smokers nowadays. I mean, all I see for vaping is dual coils, low builds, dual 18650 external battery mods, 150, 200, 250 watts, temperature control, all that mumbo jumbo. This is none of those. This is for the smokers out there that want something easy. You saw down in the close-ups that, you know, it's a pretty simple little device. You got one button, internal battery, USB charge. There's no wattage up and down. It's giving you 5.5 volts. They come with 1.5 ohm coil heads. You prime the coil, you fill the tank, and you vape for a while. It's a tight airflow. It's nothing like these RDAs, RTAs that I've been showing you guys. This airflow, I mean, it's nothing. This is from mouth to lung, people who are coming off cigarettes. So, first step, this is my advice. This is what I've been telling people. I have been getting rave reviews. I've been seeing all kinds of YouTube videos on it. So I thought I would order one, try it out, and I'm going to give this to one of my friends that smokes, and I'm going to hopefully convert them to vaping. I'm not going to be that guy who says vaping is completely harmless. It does nothing. It's perfectly fine. You know, I don't know. Nobody really knows. There's lots of studies out there that are saying vaping is a lot better than cigarettes, obviously. But I know from my experience that I can breathe. My gums are doing better. My overall health is doing better. After I quit cigarettes and started vaping, I feel tremendously better. So I'm really hoping that this helps out my friend that smokes. I don't have 12 milligram nicotine juice in here, I don't have any on hand. I'm going to get her some, but I don't have any. This is 3 milligram juice. It's not giving me the throat hit that smokers crave, but get yourself some 12 milligram, 18 milligram. You know, if you smoke a pack a day of lights, I'd assume 12 because I used to smoke lights. That's what I got. If you smoke like Marlboro Reds, maybe try 18. But this thing is great. It's If I had this when I quit smoking, man, it would have been a world of difference. I would have been able to use this instead of getting 6 or 7 different things to kind of take baby steps and go up. The airflow is mouth to lung. It's not a huge direct into your lungs. A lot of smokers who try that are probably going to cough their lungs out. I may be wrong. These are all my opinions. But if I were to advocate to a smoker, hey, you want to try vaping, try this. This thing is great. Now, there is a T18, and it's a smaller tank. It's a smaller form factor, a smaller battery. But I talked to the one person that I'm giving this to, and she wanted more battery life, more tank capacity. So we got this. I'm going to review it. I'm going to give it to her. Top fill, like I said, I'll show you how easy it is. I showed you down there. You just unscrew this top right here. You don't have to shut down the airflow. You don't have to shut down the wicking because it's a really tight restrictive draw. There, I'm topped off. I'm done. If I could have done that when I quit smoking, God, it would have been so much easier. I was using a little tiny drip atomizer on a 901 freaking Siga-like battery, and I'd drop 3 drops into it, take 2 hits, drop 3 drops into it, take 2 hits, and this thing is awesome. I like this. If I were a smoker, I would gravitate towards something like this. So I'll show you how it performs. It's not going to be big clouds, but this isn't about the clouds. This is about getting someone off the cigarettes. It's keeping up. I mean, 70, 30, 70 VG, 30 PG is probably the most I would ever run in this. But I haven't gotten a single dry hit. When I started vaping, dry hits were everywhere. We were using crap for wicking. This is Japanese organic cotton. This is great flavor. These coils I heard last a really long time. I've been vaping on this one for a while, and it's still great. I don't know what else to say. I would definitely advocate that a smoker try something like this. If they are serious about getting off cigarettes, this would be the thing to go to. I mean, it's going to be a transition. It's always difficult to change from one thing to another. I had a little bit of a hard time for about a month getting used to vaping. But I mean, I tried every single thing other than vaping to try to quit smoking. I tried the patches, the gum, the pills, the ear zapping, the hypnosis, everything. Nothing got me to quit. As soon as I started vaping, I was done with cigarettes. I haven't touched a single cigarette since I bought my first Siga-like. And I'm pretty proud of that. I'm going on 4 years. I'm feeling better. My dentist is telling me my teeth look great. I can breathe. I'm happier. It's just better, in my opinion. I mean, smoking is terrible. I want nobody to smoke ever again, but that's not the point of this video. It kind of is. I feel like I'm rambling, but I'm really passionate about helping people. Anybody watching this that is a current smoker that is looking for the first step, try the Endura by Innokin. T22 is going to be a bigger battery, a bigger tank. T18 is going to be a slimmer form factor, a slimmer tank, maybe a little bit more cigar size, something that you can get used to. You don't want to have a huge box and be intimidated by this huge airflow and like creating weather systems with your vape, you want to get off cigarettes. So this thing is great. I really, really think this will help her. I hope this helps her. I want people to be able to take that first step comfortably. And if I had this for my first step, it would have been much, much easier. Anyways, I'll put a link where I got it, myvaporstore.com, where you can get more coils. Anyways, guys, it's been a long video. I've been rambling. I'm sorry. Innokin T22. Try it out. All of the people that are watching this that smoke cigarettes, that are thinking it might be time to quit, well, this might be the thing that'll help you. Try it out. See if you can do it. If you can get off cigarettes, even if you use this to quit and then throw it away and you quit everything altogether, awesome, you're off cigarettes. I'm Greg P. This is Greg P. Reviews. Thanks for joining me. If you found this video helpful, if you know somebody who smokes that wants to vape, share it. Show it to them. I want to help people out. I want people to get off cigarettes. So let's wrap this up. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for vaping with me. Get off those cigarettes. They're killing you.